Alright, update on Enjin coin. So, since my last video, we're shaping out exactly as we predicted, really. I mean, in the last video, we were talking about potentially, coming up, hitting these daily EMA resistances, coming down to potentially as low as the 786 Fibonacci, before having a reversal. And so far, I mean, it's really playing out to the teeth. If we come over to the 4 hour, you can see we topped out, we came down to the 786, and we're having a slight bounce right now. So what is going on for Enjin coin? Well, in the lower time frames, the bears are still in control of this downtrend. We are below the 4 hourly EMAs, that is to be expected. We really do need to see a continuation pump. Now we have come down to our 786 Fibonacci. I would like to highlight that since this most recent impulse, we've come down to our last level of support is what I'm trying to say. We do not have any regions that we can now come down to without probably taking out the floor of this low. If we do that, we've been bouncing around in the higher time frames in this descending channel for a very, very long time right now. The daily EMAs are still calling that we are bearish. I talked about this in my last video. We are having a bullish momentum shift in the more macro time frame. These squeeze bombs do not necessarily call the exact bottom. You can see here, if we look at the last momentum shift we had on the 28th of February, we actually had a pump and then we proceeded to come down approximately 5 or 6% since it made that call, which is what I mean. This is more of a macro indicator. This doesn't mean that we can't get flushed out to the downside in the short term. But the last time we had a bullish momentum flip on the squeeze bomb, we headed up 45%. As far as I can tell, we have not moved up 45% since the last bullish momentum flip. Since the 19th of April, you can actually see very similar to what we did here. We had a pump and then we made a new low. You can see right here, we made a pump and then we came back down and made new lows, not correlating to these lows, but we made a new low since this fired bullish. So we're currently down about 4%, and here when we came down, we were down about 5 or 6%. So shaping up very much, very similar to what we did before. Once again, if we look at this on the 4 hour, we are shaping out, actually, is it best to find on the daily? Yeah, I'd say this looks better on the daily. I mean, on the daily time frame, which is good as well, it's a more macro indicator, you can see we could potentially be setting up for this W pattern. However, we need to hold the floor of the 786 Fibonacci. If we come over to the 4 hour, you can see we only had wicks down to this level. I personally would not like to see a move below $1.40. I think that would be very, very bearish for Enjin. Now, I did just make an altcoin warning video. I'm not going to go through every single thing I mentioned in that video. If you did want to see why there is a warning in the altcoin market, then go check out my previous video. But just to run through the very basics, Bitcoin is currently having a very important macro retest of this ascending channel that we're in. If we look at the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin, this is total 2 on TradingView. This is basically, like I said, the entire crypto market excluding Bitcoin. So this is really how the altcoin market is performing. You can recently see the altcoin market has fired bearish, and we are coming down to retest this important level. What's important to know about this is, where did my Fibonacci go? I literally had a Fibonacci on this chart before I made this video. It disappeared. The important thing to know is that we don't have any further support until we come back to these lows and this 786 Fibonacci in the macro time frame. This is down at $850 billion. Where are we at right now? We're at 1.05 trillion. So we could be wiping, approximately 255 billion off the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin if we do come down for this move. So I am of the opinion that Bitcoin is going to have a healthy bounce. I think Bitcoin is currently putting in a higher high formation. If we look at this chart, so there's less noise, you can see we're just moving up in this channel, but there is an argument for the bears as well. You can also argue we're in a huge bearish flag to the downside. So there's a lot of things we need to note right now. I am being cautious on my altcoin trades. I am including stop losses in a lot of my trades in the eventuality, or in the case that Bitcoin decides that it wants to break through 39,000. Now, like I said, I think Bitcoin is setting up for a bounce. I think the higher time frames are calling that we're having a bullish momentum shift. However, if we look at the stock market and a few other indicators, everything is currently taking a huge dump while the dollar is pumping. So I'm going to be conservative. I'm not looking to trade Enjin or any other altcoins in the moment. I am sitting on the sideline for the majority of the market. Also, I am including stop losses for all of the trades in the altcoins that I am in, so I am stopped out in a profit. If we do enter a bearish drought now, it's important to note that Enjin coin still looks good, and we could still have this W breakout that we were talking about. In fact, I do believe this is the most likely eventuality. The important thing to know is as well that if we do not hold this region, like I said, we don't have much support. We would probably be coming down to $1.10. So once again, I'm currently not trading Enjin coin. I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines until, you know, the dollar, the stock market, and Bitcoin makes a decision. Because if we see the opening of the stock market today and this starts to tumble, then Bitcoin could fail this retest, and we could be in for a lot of danger in the altcoin market. On the flip side, if Bitcoin does have a successful retest, comes back, backtests it, and then starts to head off to the races, then I will be getting prepared to enter a lot of altcoin positions, and I think Enjin could potentially be one of those that I do look to enter. So just a quick warning signal there for the altcoin market. Keep your eyes on Bitcoin. As long as Bitcoin doesn't start putting daily closes below 39,000, I remain exceptionally bullish. The money flow indicator and the RSI are resetting themselves, which is very good in the macro term. It means that we do not have much more room to move to the downside if we do have that move. And if we do have a move down to 110, I think it would be a quick move followed by, you know, a quick uptrend back to the top of this channel up here at 173. So a lot of stuff going on right now. Like I said, I'm not looking to trade Enjin for multiple reasons. We are getting chopped up in the middle of this channel right now. I feel like if you were going to long, you'd probably want to long from the bottom. If you were going to short, you'd probably want to short from the top. Right now, when we're kind of sitting at the heart line, I think this is the most dangerous place to trade. So I'll be sitting on the sidelines. That is all I see for Enjin coin today. Once again, if you did like the content, please like, subscribe, and comment. That's all I've got for you. As always, not financial advice, and cowboy out. Peace.